Well, the Winds have blown in a huge regional championship match at the UMAC. Broken Arrow and Union, rival schools from just across town, going head-to-head here today, live on ArrowVision. Dylan Rivera alongside Coach Tiff Jones, and Madison Dildine is down on the sidelines. We thank you for tuning into this broadcast. It's a Saturday afternoon, a beautiful one at that, and we are indoors, though, so we're going to be able to see the nice fluorescent lights rather than the sunlight. But no qualms otherwise, because this is going to be a huge matchup between Broken Arrow Union, two teams that are always really going to be a slugfest no matter what, because the rivalry really kind of takes over in this one.
I was like, talk about crosstown rival, right? Absolutely. And so Broken Arrow and Union rivalries, and I don't know of any sport that we don't want to take down Union. You know, that's the goal. Of course, today is just a big deal, and because we're talking about carving your own path to get into the state tournament. And so today's it's not a win or go home situation, but it certainly makes the path a little easier one way or the other, depending on the outcome of the day today.
And it's not a win or go home game, because Broken Arrow was able to beat Sand Springs 57-23 on Thursday, and Union was able to beat Edmond Santa Fe in their first matchup as well. So these two teams now set up to face each other here today. The other two schools eliminated. They are done with their seasons. These two teams, no matter who wins here, you're still alive. You go into the area championship, or the area tournament, I should say, regardless. It just determines whether you've got an easy path or a difficult path. Are you one game out, or are you 2 games out? And Broken Arrow obviously wants to be 1 game away. Yeah,
it just makes such a difference if you can go in the winner's bracket, because you still have a little bit of cushion there. If you do have a bad night, you can still, backdoor your way in to the state tournament. And listen, it doesn't matter. We've been successful winning a state championship going into the back door, and so we would like to go in the front and just, you've got to have those 3 wins, and we've got one down. I mean, nice to get second one in today, and then go into the winner's bracket on Thursday. And there's something about getting a puncher ticket and then you sit back and scout on Saturday.
Absolutely.
That's the goal.
One thing that you had mentioned in our last broadcast, these Broken Arrow girls, is that sometimes the records don't necessarily speak to the talent level. You can have a team that maybe is kind of floated around 500 come in and really make some noise in the playoffs. That's what Broken Arrow is hoping to do. Obviously, they've got a solid record, 16-7, but teams like Union are ahead of them record-wise. But Broken Arrow could come out here and really shock Union here today.
Yeah, and you think about, even though Union's 19-5, not a huge difference in the record. They do have a better record, and they're higher seed, and obviously they're hosting today. But we lost some close games over the course of the season, and you start talking about 2 or 3 possessions in a game that change the outcome, and what that looks like. But we have a chance today to shake up things a little bit and go into the winner's bracket on next Thursday night and take care of business by taking care of business today. And so I think it's going to come down to how well we execute some things. There's some really big parts of the scouting report that we're going to talk about, I'm sure, during the course of the game, but we've got to do a good thing. We've got to do some good things defensively and shut down Union's transition game, and that can change the complete outcome of the game.
Obviously 2 different teams than last year. Different Union squad than what suited up last year. Different Broken Arrow team than what suited up last year. However, Union was one of the 3 teams to beat Broken Arrow in last season's 26-3 overall record. So Broken Arrow trying to come out here and shake that and get their upper hand in the regional championship. The 2 teams are lining up on the floor, and the Star Spangled Banner is just about set to be played, so we'll take a few moments to honor the country.
First, let's meet the visitors, the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers. Starting at 5'11", a junior, number 3, Audrey Dow. At 5'5", a junior, number 10, Jeanette McCrary. At 5'11", a junior, number 23, Leah Peters. At 5'8", a junior, number 30, Soraya Matthew. And at 5'11", a junior, number 33, Gracie Sanders. Head coach of the Lady Tigers is Shane Coffey, assisted by Juan Davis, John Perkins, and Whitney Nancy.
So Tiger starters with no changes: Leah Peters, Gracie Sanders, Audrey Dow, Soraya Matthew, and Janaea McCrary. Formidable 5, all juniors, so all of them back next season. That gives you some excitement, but obviously here in their first real run as a starting 5 as a team, because 2 of those girls are brand new to this program, trying to make a deep run here in the playoffs, and it starts with a big game here today.
Yeah, and even though, I mean, we've got 2 that weren't here last year, they were playing places where they were getting some playoff experience. And so, yes, different look, different uniform for them, but they bring that experience. And right now, you've made it this far in the season. You can't play the lack of experience card. I think has to go away today because this is a time to this is what you train for really and practice for when you're out in the gym shooting, you know, all those extra shots before practice, after practice. Like, this is what you've been waiting for is a game like today to really make a statement. And I would say let people know that we're here we want to make some noise in 6A this year.
Broken Arrow's defense has been huge over the last 6 games. Only 45 points or fewer allowed. The Tiger defense has stood strong, and tonight they're going to have to do it in transition. Madison Dildine has the rest of the keys to the game, brought to you by the Broken Arrow Public Schools Foundation.
Well, get to the paint and look for pull-ups and kickouts, and then lastly, we've got to win the battle of the boards. Dylan.
Thank you, Madison. Obviously, Coach, it starts with defensive effort. Coach always talks about giving effort 100% of the time through the entire ball game, right? From start to finish, you need to be at 110%. But that starts with transition defense. That starts with rebounding. Those are little areas that can really affect the game here today.
Yeah, and you know, Union's got 2 bigs that are long, tough inside, and we've got to do a good job controlling the boards. And so, I mean, first possession right off the bat, we got to play solid defense, make them execute something offensively, and not give them run-outs, layups, and second-chance points.
We saw a little bit of them playing Edmond Santa Fe on Thursday, and it was a lot of steal and run, steal and run, steal and run, or get the rebound and run.
Speaking of steal and
run, Audrey Dow to the other end of the floor, and an easy layup gets the Tigers started.
Let's try that again. Let's let Union get the ball across the court, and let's talk about steal and run again, right? That's a great start defensively for the Lady Tigers.
The pass inside, shot blocked by Sanders. Recovered by the Tigers. Micah Davis tried to spike it off of McCrary. Broken Arrow aware of the situation and slowing things down here.
Interesting, Union's really first defensive possession, how they're going to match up. It looks like kind of what we thought on the scouting report, how they were going to match up. First turnover, not a great passing angle. It was the right idea, but we just got to execute better as far as sealing off, but getting a little bit better passing angle there.
Starting lineup for Union, number 0 is Demoya Gator. Number 3, Jasmine Herron. Number 5, Micah Davis. Number 10 is Whitney Smith. And that's a layup from Jasmine Herron. Number 12 is Jada Davis. Jada and Micah have a lot of length and a lot of talent. And they're also twin sisters. So that makes it a little bit more difficult to tell who's who, I'd imagine.
That last possession, Dow did a good job coming back and saving that, but we've got to have a trailer. There's got to be somebody back there with McCrary. She's getting trapped, and we can't just leave her to try to pass over their press. They're too athletic for that.
Double coming, and Dow is left wide open on the backside. Great feed from McCrary, and another easy layup for Dow.
It's like that's about as good a shot selection as you can get. First 2 possessions for Broken Arrow this afternoon.
Aaron works around the perimeter, kicks it to Smith. Straightaway 3-pointer is offline.
Sarai getting the first big defensive rebound out of just a half-court set for Union.
Matthew finished with 10 rebounds against Sand Springs a couple of nights ago. McCrary drives in, lays it up, and Broken Arrow's on the board again, 6-2.
It's a great job sharing the basketball between Dow and McCrary. It's been pretty good offense.
Floater too strong for Whitney Smith. Dow tied up, picked up the ball just a little too early. It will stay with Broken Arrow.
Yeah, Dow found herself a little bit of traffic, picked up the dribble, and McCrary couldn't get open. We've got to make sure that we've got people there to relieve the pressure.
Matthew drives baseline, lost her dribble. 2 turnovers early for Soraya.
The right decision, just not the right execution at that point, because she's got, especially she gets should be able to drive in there and get the defender on her hip, and I think she can score inside over her.
It's a zone defensive look for the Tigers, starting things out, trying to confuse Union a bit. Ball gets away from the Redhawks, but it'll stay down on this end of the floor. Coach, what I'm watching is how they're attacking the high post defensively. Broken Arrow's not wanting to give anything up at the free throw line, although they're in that 3-2 zone.
Yeah, the 3-2 zone really it makes it more difficult to be able to get the ball to the high post. That a high-low game, which is difficult, especially when you've got 2 bigs like that. But really just the changing, because we were in man early on, to go back, the change between man and a zone defense, the 3-2 zone has caused Union to struggle just a little bit.
They switched right back to man, and now Dow tips the ball out of play. So it may be a bit of a guessing game every time Union comes down the floor.
Well, if you can cause them to pause and try to make them try to read the defense and see what's going to be open, that's going to slow them down just a little bit.
Peters slides over and fouls Demoya Gator.
And that's when Peters had good position. We just needed to go up straight and contest, not give up a foul right there. But Union struggling to execute offensively and to get set into what they want to do. I mean, what they want to do obviously is just get out and run, not have to run a set, not have to run any half-court offense. And you can see right now just by how they're lining up, Union's getting ready for, I'm anticipating a full court press or maybe a 3-quarter, half-court trap from Coach Berry.
Gators' free throw goes in and out. Dow feeds McCrary. Now Matthew, top of the key, gets it back to the point guard, driving inside. Can't get the layup to go, but it'll stay with BA.
Janae kind of found herself more open than what she thought when she got down there, and it was like, wow, I can take that shot. So it was a good job breaking the press, getting the ball in the middle. Union sets up in that 1-2-2, really kind of 3-quarter court, but when you've got somebody like 6'2" up top that can really play big up there and is so long, we've got to do a good job consistently taking care of the basketball.
Peters on the block. Matthew drives in, kicks out, Dow from the corner. No good.
That's a good offense, Dylan. Sarai did a good job getting the ball in the paint and making Union collapse, and then for Dow to be able to get a good look. Another turnover for Union.
Not a good pass there from McCrary, picked off by Gator. Into the corner, Lomack, the lefty for 3. Offensive board. Gator drives. Nice move in midair to get around Sanders and finish the layup.
Well, that's Union's first offensive rebound, and with 3:10 left in the first quarter, and we see what happens if you give them a second chance.
Sanders drives to the right block, floats it up, and drops it in.
Gracie finishing through a lot of contact right there.
3-point try off the mark and a rebound for Broken Arrow. Sanders hit the deck hard.
Very physical play on both ends of the court right now.
Sanders
a lot of contact.
Stripped, now has it taken away. Gator drives, goes into the chest of Sanders and gets the finish.
Really scoring in transition, which is what Union wants to do, turn you over and get out and run. And so there was a lot of contact about 30 feet from the goal in that last one with Gracie out top, and ends up resulting in a turnover. But we've got to continue. It's just going to be, there's going to be pressure all night long. And we've got to be consistent. There's going to be moments, it would be fantastic if you could play a game and never turn the ball over. Every coach would dream of that, but we've got to make sure that when we turn it over, we're not giving up something in transition right back for them, because they're going to be setting up right now. They're going to go right back into that 1-2-2, probably half court or three-quarter court press.
Dow had a little bit of blood. It's tended to by the medical staff over there for BA. And rebound from Sanders. A nice job of that against Sand Springs the other night. Had 8 boards. Prairie to Matthew. Cross-court pass Sanders. Drives in. Off the window and good!
It's a great job getting the ball down the court, passing. I tell you, the best way to beat that press is to get it, pass the ball around, reverse to the backside. And there was a seam there that Gracie could just go right down the seam and talk about a tough shot, but she finished it through contact, and that'll get somebody out of a press if you score layups off of them.
Ball hits all parts of the rim and goes right through. And now Kylie Johnson will take the place of Gracie Sanders. Felt like prior to that layup, Sanders was getting a little rattled by the press and the physicality. A little bit of a reset may be good, but she did get that bucket just a moment ago.
Gracie's having to work really hard to get the ball offensively, and Union's very aware of where she is at all times.
Tigers leading scorer on the season, averaging 11.1 a game. Minute and a half to go in the first period. Smith's doubled by Dow and McCrary. Turnover for Union.
Just defensively, just getting after that intensity that Coach Coffey has talked about all year long, like they're bringing it, they're making Union work to get shots off. And I know they've scored 1 basket in transition. They had a 3. They took an attempt in transition, but we're making them work to execute to get a good look.
McCrary crosses over, goes to the left block, puts on the brakes, and is rejected by Micah Davis. Outlet pass to Lomack. Tough shot in transition, too strong, goes out of play and stays with Union.
It's a good job by Dow getting back and contesting. And that just, it's hard to practice against something that you don't have when you've got somebody that's 6'2" and long inside and can block shots like that. Unless you've got that in the gym with you, it's a little bit different look that you got to make adjustments offensively. Just be aware of where the defender is.
Jaslyn Varner in for the Tigers. Demaria Daniels and Jada Davis in for Union. Smith gets around Varner, floats it up. It's off to the left. Offensive board for Union. Now Varner ends up with it. Matthew pushing the pace, dribbling into traffic, has it stolen from behind. Gator goes inside, Peters rejects it. And a tie-up down on the floor.
From the top of UMac, you can hear Leah Peters, right, imploring them, take care of the ball. Being that vocal leader that she's really become for the team this year.
11-7 with 17 seconds to go. Davis pump fakes, steps inside the line, can't get it to fall. 8 seconds. Johnson across the timeline. Time ticking away. Broken Arrow's got to go. McCrary's got it way outside. He's going to launch one up and airmails it. Broken Arrow in front by 4. Feels like it's been a great defensive start. Got to see some offense get going.
Yeah, absolutely. And even on that last possession, Coach Coffey's like, you got to be aware of the clock because to get the ball back, like we should have gotten a better shot off. And that's just a coaching moment for Coach Coffey. Like you got to know where the clock is because that, once again, we would have liked a better shot than a 35-footer with McCrary at that point.
We'll take a quick commercial break and bring you the second quarter here in just a few moments live on ArrowVision.
Hey BA Tiger fans, now's the time to show your school spirit. Support your favorite school with the Broken Arrow School Pride debit card from TTCU Federal Credit Union. The only card that gives back to Broken Arrow every time you use it.
Since the program began, TTCU has donated over $350,000 to Broken Arrow Public Schools. That's a lot of support from fans just like you.
Whether you're a student, parent, or a proud Tiger fan, your everyday purchases can make a difference.
With TTCU, you're not just banking, you're backing your school and local community. Join the thousands of TTCU members who are already using the Broken Arrow card.
It's super simple. Use your BA card and TTCU donates.
Thank you, TTCU, and thank you, Tiger fans. Support our school with every purchase. Go, yay!
Tiger fans, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Quick Trip, proud partner of Broken Arrow Public Schools, investing in the future of our students. Thank you, Quick Trip. Second quarter underway. Tigers in front by 4. Dylan Rivera with Coach Tiff Jones, and Madison Gildine is on the sidelines. McCrary gets inside, keeps that pivot foot down. This is Peters up top.
Union's just chasing the ball everywhere. Lots of pressure.
And there's a travel. Sanders picked up the pivot foot. And now Union takes over.
Their pressure man really gave us, that whole possession was difficult, it felt like. We were trying to run offense literally 25 feet from the basket.
Long cross-court pass finds Jasmine Heron on the block, and now a good feed into the middle. Union scrambling to find something. Shot up from Heron and a foul on McCrary. Never felt like Union got settled on that possession.
Yeah, and then to miss a shot and give up an offensive rebound. So the first possession offensively for us, we get a turnover, and then we give up an offensive rebound in the next possession. Not exactly the start that Coach Coffey would have wanted coming out after the quarter.
Heron missed both free throws. The ball's loose, and Sanders is able to corral it. Prairie wants help up top. Dow pump fake, sidesteps, shoots a short jumper, too strong. And the ball stripped away from Dow, but a foul in the process.
We'll take that, but we've got to, it feels like we're a little out of sync right now, offensive, well, really on both ends of the court, but we've got to settle down and we've got to continue to handle the pressure and not give them easy shots.
Peters off front iron. Plenty of time for the Davis twins to set something up. Sanders, great rebound, and fouled in the process.
I've got Gracie for 4 rebounds so far, and there's 6:28 left in the second quarter, so she's really doing a good job on the boards down there.
Good move from Matthew right there at the midcourt line.
Yeah, she traveled.
A travel on Sarai Matthew, and another turnover for Broken Arrow.
The good news is if you're going to have a turnover like that, they're not going to score in transition. So now we get back defensively and just the frustrations. Her eyes, she's going to have to forget that one, right? Forget it and come back and play defense, which I know she will. She can't dwell on those mistakes after they're done.
Herron gets it to Micah Davis. Mid-range J is too strong, and it goes Broken Arrow's way.
And if you look down there, you see who was battling for that rebound. Gracie Sanders again. Super physical on the block down there.
Moya Gator subs in for Yane Edwards.
It's like Union's picking up full court man.
Matthew. Peters feeds it inside from the free throw line. It's Peters. Peters gets it right back and is rejected by Jada Davis. Sutter step and a drive results in a foul as Jasmine Herron goes straight into the chest of Janaea McCrary.
Offensively, I love the 1-4 set against anytime someone's going to pressure you and go a 1-4 set, it really takes away the help. And so we had pretty good execution offensively. Union just they play great defense on that. They've got, when you've got 6'2" inside, it kind of makes a difference on those shots. But good execution offensively as far as that 1-4 set and really taking away the help defense.
Kylie Johnson takes the place of Janaea McCrary after the starting point guard picked up her second foul. Union has struggled from the free throw line here. Maybe helping Broken Arrow quite a bit. Tigers still holding on to a 3-point lead.
This is really Kylie's first opportunity running the point guard against this pressure defense.
And she was hit driving into the lane. Looks like they're going to give her 2 shots. It goes against Jasmine Herron, and that's her second foul.
Well, and you could tell Coach Coffey was really working the officials down there just on the contact that they're getting, because it seems like every pass, every cut, every screen, we're really getting someone's hanging on down there. And so maybe that, but Johnson, once again, we talked about her the other night. She knows one speed, and it's full. And so for her to be able to drive to the basket right now, especially when they're playing defense like they're playing that pressure and so tight, the lane is going to be open. Someone just got to be able to handle it to get the ball into the middle lane. Defensive switch for Lady Tigers back to a 1-2-2 or flatten out to a 3-2 zone.
Ball swung around the horn. Union struggling to find a hole in this Tiger defense. Inside, Davis has it stolen away by Johnson.
It's a great read defensively. I mean, they flattened out. They tried to make the lob pass against the 3-2 zone, and Kylie did a great job in that rotation. That should be your backside dropping back down there, and as soon as the ball goes on the floor, she's going to get it.
Back and forth the Tigers go around the 3-point line. Johnson's in some trouble. Dow able to drive right, bumped out of play by Micah Davis. Dow a little slow getting up.
Officials are looking, trying to figure out if it's the it's like there was a little bit of indecision how they were going to call that. If it's going to be on the floor on the shot, and they just pressure defense everywhere.
Johnson inbounds it to Soraya Matthew. Ball goes inside in the direction of Sanders. Took a deflection off the hand of Micah Davis, and it stays with Broken Arrow. Tigers having to come together and figure out what's going wrong offensively.
We feel really out of sync right now, and it's still 12-8. So it's we're just having to work so hard for every pass. And someone's playing pressure like this, and they're just so athletic. I'll tell you what, screen for the screeners are going to be open. Back screens.
And this is what Union wants, is to pressure you, get in your face, get in your chest, make you unsettled. Johnson wants a timeout. Coach Coffey wants a timeout. Broken Arrow's going to talk things over. You can see how discombobulated the girls feel right now. They've been calling plays. It's not for a lack of calling plays and trying to set something up. Union's just blowing everything up right now.
Yeah, there is no easy pass right now. Even a pass away from the basket is difficult. A lot of times you got to relieve some pressure, but every pass is complicated. And then you've got 6'2" down there that lets you go out and shoot out and play the passing lanes, because you've got a great shot blocker standing in the middle of the lane. And so it just feels like we're having to work so hard for things that should not be that difficult.
Really quickly, I want to say thank you to one of our One Club sponsors, First National Bank of Broken Arrow. The oldest family-owned bank, originated in Tulsa County, and Broken Arrow's oldest business, serving this community since day one, and still all in for our schools, our students, and our Tigers. That's the First National Bank of Broken Arrow. 3 minutes left in this second period. Both teams have only scored 1 point in the second quarter. Peters lines up a three-pointer. No good. Rebound, Union. Lomack goes off the side of the backboard and off of Broken Arrow as Sanders was scrambling for that rebound.
It has just been an ugly quarter. With 2:40 left in the second quarter, that's Union's third shot in transition this quarter. And once again, it is 12 for the good guys and 8 for Union right now.
Lomack to Gator. Broken Arrow back in that zone defense. Davis gets it back to Lomack. She has time to set up and fire. Offensive rebound left completely unmanned was Jada Davis.
She just literally cut straight down the lane line like Cousin Eddie's hair part. It was straight to the basket.
Tiger offense again going back to work. Pressured all over the floor.
About to get a 5-second count.
Ball's loose. Dow's got it. Now Sanders going baseline right into the chest of Davis. No foul call.
Coach Coffey's wanting that call, getting him with the body.
Gator gets it to the corner. And now Lomack slows things down.
And we've changed defenses, going back to a man defense this possession, really trying to isolate and get somebody going to the basket.
Matthew lost Lomack, and Lomack makes her pay.
Dylan, it feels like that their pressure has really given us, and we just feel really out of sync right now.
Peters drives and has it sent right back. It's Union basketball. McCrary in for Kylie Johnson. Union with a 1-point lead, 54 seconds to go in this second quarter.
And we've got McCrary back in. That's our point guard. She's played the point. She has the most experience at that position, obviously, this entire season. And so we need to come in and settle down. We need a good offense. We need to stop, and then come back and get a good offensive execution. But really, there's 40 seconds left in the second quarter. Make Union run some offense and don't give up a second shot.
Lomack wants another one. Rattles off the rim. McCrary in control. 30 seconds to go. You've got the stop. And if you can get a bucket right before half, that would be big. McCrary denied. Davis slows it down, gets it to Gator. Peters is there. Time ticking away. 5 seconds to go. McCrary has a lane, kicks to the corner. Dow for three, short.
Oh.
And that's where the first half will end. 1 point deficit for Broken Arrow. 13-12 scoreline. 16 minutes to decide a winner, Coach.
I thought that was that last possession. We get a good look in the corner, and the second quarter was just ugly, Dylan. I mean, really. We went from 11-7 at the quarter to finishing 13-12 with Union. Just some poor offense, and we got to settle down and get our wits about us coming back into the second half, because we're in the game, and we have not played well. The second quarter was just not pretty.
What I will say is that Broken Arrow did, to some degree, weather the storm a bit.
Yes.
It was controlled. It could have gotten much worse had Union been able to convert some opportunities on the offensive end of the floor. So to be just 1 point down right now, Broken Arrow's in a good spot and can absolutely still come out here and win this ballgame.
Yeah, because the way we handled pressure in the first quarter and the way we handled the second quarter looked like two different teams. So if we can come out and handle the pressure, attack that in the third and fourth quarter like we did in the first quarter, then we're going to be in a really good position.
You know Union can turn up the intensity in a moment's notice. You saw it there in that second quarter. Now you can expect it. You know what's coming your way. You know how to take that punch. You got to go down and score some more buckets, though. That's the only thing that really has held Broken Arrow back to this point.
Yeah, and they're letting both teams play, so it's going to be physical. Expect it. Don't be surprised by it. Play through it. And this is going to come down to execution right now. How are we going to execute? And then this is a game where it's just like, okay, who's going to be the toughest team? And that's going to decide who's going to win this afternoon.
Well, Broken Arrow fans, the Broken Arrow Public Schools Foundation is celebrating 33 years of providing teacher grants. Visit bapsfoundation.org for more info. We'll step aside and bring you the second half, not too far away. It'll be here just after these messages. Hey Tiger family, Dylan Rivera here with your monthly update on the exciting progress we're making across Broken Arrow thanks to your continued support of our bond programs. This month we're taking another look at one of the most anticipated projects, the aquatic facility, funded through the 2015 bond issue. This month we're highlighting the next phase of the district's Aquatic Center project, which will be located at the Kirkland Activities Complex near the Kirkland Theater and just west of the soccer complex. After months of planning, design, and development, this project is now moving into the bid phase, with construction expected to begin this spring. As with any project at this stage, final features will depend on bid day pricing and what the district is able to include within the approved budget. The current design includes both a competition pool and a warm-up pool, allowing the Tigers to host a wide range of events and activities right here in Broken Arrow. The warm-up pool will feature zero entry access to support seniors and individuals with disabilities, along with a teaching ledge designed for Learn to Swim programming. These features reflect the district's goal of creating a facility that serves students, families, and the broader community. The project will include separate locker rooms for student use and community use, elevated spectator seating for nearly 500 patrons, a multi-purpose team meeting room, and a state-of-the-art mechanical system focused on maintaining exceptional water and air quality throughout the facility. This aquatic center represents the final phase of the 2015 bond issue, which was structured to release funds incrementally over its 12-year lifespan. Through careful planning and responsible stewardship of bond dollars, the district is now positioned to move forward with this last project as intended. As we prepare to break ground this spring, we want to thank our community for their continued trust and support. Your investment through the 2015 bond issue is continuing to expand opportunities for students and build facilities that will serve Broken Arrow for generations to come. Be sure to tune in with us next month as we continue sharing bond project updates all across the district. And until then, remember that in Broken Arrow Public Schools, the best is yet to come.
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling. The work that we do is hard. The work that we do changes people's lives.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job. It's a calling.
Looking for some iced caffeine, left you in the cold. No one knows why brown water costs as much as liquid gold. Told him your name was Brian, why does this cup say Nicole? But then you found paradise in your cup at the Quick Trip. No regrets to start your day.
The motto in the girls' wrestling room is that it's hard to get to the top, but it's even harder to stay on top. As a team, that's the goal, to go back to back and experience the emotion of winning it all. Individually, that's also the goal for Kristen De La Rosa and Emily Beckley, two girls who stood atop the podium last year.
I kind of blacked out. I don't remember exactly everything. I was just so excited, and I was beyond excited to go share all of the emotion with my friends.
So my little sister, she's 9, and she collects a whole bunch of little crowns, and there was a black and gold one, and it was super pretty, and I was like, I'm just gonna put this in my bag, And after I'd won my state title, I went over there and they crowned me, and it was super sweet because no one else knew. It was a little surprise, and my little sister, I remember her, she was in the stands whenever I walked out on the podium to get my gold medal, and she was like, that's my crown.
For Kristen, it's her last state tournament. Ending it with another title would be the perfect way to cap off an incredible career.
It would mean a lot to me. From middle school, whenever I started, I always knew I wanted to be a state champion in high school. I didn't really think that it would actually happen, and having a really good opportunity to be a back-to-back state champion would be absolutely phenomenal.
As much as they cherish the individual wins, winning as a team means even more to them.
Winning state individually is great, it really is, but being able to know that your state title contributed to a state title for all these girls, even the ones that maybe didn't do as well as they wanted to, it feels great.
Another gold medal won't come easily, but Kristen and Emily are ready to lace up and go after another one.
There's a huge target on my back, and Emily's too. Even just being on BA in general, it's a big target on our back, and it is a lot of pressure. As much as you try to take the pressure off of yourself, it is a lot of pressure at the end of the day, but you just have to keep knowing that you're working your 110%, and if you trust in your training, it's gonna all happen and fall in place for you.
We're still a couple of minutes away from the third quarter beginning. Union's still out here warming up, getting ready to go. 1 point lead for the Redhawks right now, but Broken Arrow weathered a very violent storm there in that second quarter, and we had talked about it in the halftime break amongst ourselves, is that may be the best punch that Union can throw. So as long as Broken Arrow can hang around and then find maybe something offensively this time around, next time that storm hits, you'll be able to hopefully take a lead if you're a Tiger fan.
Yeah, and it was talk about pressure. 4 minutes, 5 minutes. There was a 4-minute stretch there where it just seemed like everything was contested. Nothing was easy. I don't know that we could have called timeout and got to the bench and it would have been easy at that point. It's because everything just felt off and out of sync. And so if that's the best they've got, let's hope that is. And then we're going to come back and really kind of get our head about us at this point, and we know what's coming. We've got our legs back underneath us, and then you have to wonder, just on the conditioning side, on the other side, can Union bring that kind of pressure again in the second half, or are they going to have to back off just because they get tired, pressuring all over the place? And so we just need to execute a little bit offensively, right? And I think we go back to the first quarter. There were times where they were pressing and we broke the press and were able to attack and we got good looks, but we didn't get that in the second quarter.
Well, and we knew that the defensive intensity for Union was going to be a factor. They are in your jersey tight enough they can tell you what thread the jersey's made out of, and that makes it difficult for really any pass, because you had mentioned even the passes backwards to kind of reset the offense. Even those were pressured to the point where it may have been too difficult to even slow the offense down and kind of regroup. Union has made it difficult for Broken Arrow, and they're going to continue to make it difficult, so the Tigers are going to have to be able to adjust, and you would imagine Coach Coffey's message in halftime was something just like that. Madison Dildine has him on the floor.
Coach, what adjustments are you looking for in the second half?
You know, our biggest thing, I thought we did a really good job in the first half of taking away transition. I felt like we did a pretty good job of taking away the three-point shot. I think those need to be continued. The biggest thing I felt that made a difference in that last 3 minutes was their ability to really get after us, and we played on our heels and giving up offensive rebounds for putbacks. So those are the 2 areas that we got to get better at.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Madison, and thank you, Coach Coffey. Big thank you to Coach Coffey this time around. Time was ticking away.
Yeah, it was.
It's about to begin this third quarter, and he still made time for us, so definitely appreciate that. Well, Coach, it's going to be, like he said, a tough game. You've got to make sure you keep that intensity high, but offensively, you've got to make sure that you're still the aggressor. You're still the one that can go out there and push the pedal to the metal and direct traffic as far as Union's defense is concerned. You want to have them on their heels.
Well, I think that starts with, for us, defensively, getting him one shot. They get one shot and getting the defensive rebound and then attacking them, because their strength is not getting back in transition defense. And we were able to capitalize that in the first quarter. In the second quarter, that didn't happen.
Back underway. Three-point shot is tipped by Dow. Starting 5 for Broken Arrow, and the original 5 for Union as well.
That was Sanders' 5th rebound of the game.
Peters with Micah Davis on her. Can't get the shot up around her.
She does slow it down, a little poke.
Nice job getting back defensively, but another second chance opportunity for Union results in free throws for Demoya Gator.
That's not what we want, and we cannot give them second chance points, because that's really probably one of the best parts of their offense is just crashing the boards and picking up putbacks. And we did a really good job at times in the first half controlling that. When they made the run, and I say run because it was, 6 points, but it was on those second chance opportunities.
Free throw up and down. 3-point lead now for Union. Play called by Coffey, signaled by McCrary. Sanders around the perimeter. Tigers still scrambling to find something. Sanders goes baseline and is able to somehow squeak that into the rim.
Yeah, we're struggling. The first part of that set, we had better spacing, and the last part of it, we didn't have good spacing.
3-point shot from Micah Davis has Union in front by 4.
And for Union, the first couple possessions, they've got a score and a putback, second chance opportunity, and then scoring in transition.
Peters on the block. Nice move, and got it to go off the backboard.
Great post move, and just a little drop step, and being able to score over her. We can do that. We might even be able to get them in a little bit of foul trouble.
Interesting to me was Davis didn't body up with Peters. She kind of took a step back and gave her space, and was really more looking to use her arms and her length to try to make that shot difficult rather than bodying up. McCrary able to just cleanly strip it away. Up the floor, Dow, right underneath the basket, goes too strong on the lay-in.
Tell you what, you get a steal on one end, turn them over, and then come down and get a layup.
Gator high arcing 3, offensive board. Davis gets the putback.
And that's 4 points on offensive rebounds early, really, in the third quarter.
Timeout called by Shane Coffey. And he wants a full one to talk things over. Union up by 4. We'll step aside. Come right back live on ArrowVision.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by the Arrow Group, a division of Alliant Insurance Services, proud to support Broken Arrow Public Schools. With deep roots in our community, the Arrow Group provides customized insurance and risk management solutions for businesses across the region. Proud partners of education, proud partners of Broken Arrow. 20-16 scoreline. Union is in front of Broken Arrow here on their home floor. These two teams are, of course, rivals. Everybody knows that. So you always kind of see some heightened excitement for this ball game, and it has really played out here over this last quarter and a few minutes now that the energy in this building can get ruckus, even if it's a defensive battle. Madison Dildine was listening to Coach Coffey there in that timeout and was able to get some information for us.
His main point of emphasis was that we've got to keep the bigs off the boards. He also wanted to remind them that every possession matters. We need to be solid right now, and we also need to make Union earn every single point that they get.
Thank you, Madison. 5:17 still in this third quarter, only down by 4. A bucket here would be big. Ball gets inbounded and stays with Broken Arrow. Micah Davis, long arms, makes it difficult to get that pass in.
I was like just trying to execute to get an out-of-bounds play has been a challenge tonight. So setting good screens. They're switching a lot of those screens. We've got to get somebody rolling back to the basket.
McCrary up top, and now a moment to breathe. Peters drives, pump fakes, gets the shot up. A great move from Peters.
Great move. I mean, from struggling to get the ball in bounds right off the bat and be able to execute offensively.
A jump ball as McCrary jumps in the way of Jada Davis and ties it up. I think what you're seeing from Janaea McCrary is the awareness that Union is not necessarily strong on the ball, and if you can get in front of them and just grab the basketball, you can force turnovers very easily.
Yeah, she's done a great job of just reading when they're putting the ball on the floor. When their bigs are putting the ball on the floor, she's there, and it's going to make it hard for them to handle it.
This went to the opposite shoulder, and Union is able to come away with it. Davis speeding down the other way, layup too strong. Dow tried to get established. Wasn't in time, but a good effort. Union will inbound it from the baseline.
If you're watching at home, players got to step back in and establish that position on the court, inbounds.
McCrary there defensively as Davis tried to get a short jumper in. Wasn't quite a layup. She had both feet set, but a foul on Janaea McCrary sends Micah Davis to the charity stripe.
Dylan, it really feels like after that last time out by Coach Coffey that we came out a little bit more composed and with a little bit more energy than we've had. And instead of getting hit, taking the punch, it felt like we were ready to go back, fight back at this point. So
McCrary cross-court pass to Dow, kicking it back out. Sanders got it!
What a great look, and all the way in. She had a big to shoot over. She kicks it right back out. That's a good offensive sign for us. We need to get Gracie going. Like, we need her to be like hotter than a firecracker on the 4th of July, because if she can get going, that can change the game.
Micah Davis can't get it to go. Matthew, the defensive board, excuse me. And now Broken Arrow's offense has a chance to get the lead right back.
They're going back to that 1-4 set. Double screen. They're going to switch everything out top. Going back to Peters inside.
Peters. Nobody in front of her, misfires, offensive board, and fouled. Great move to beat Gator to the rack, and was at least able to follow her miss and give herself an opportunity for points now from the free throw line.
Well, the way Union's playing, they're switching almost every screen, and so we're screening and double screening to get a mismatch inside and then letting Peters go to work. She can post up on someone that's not 6'2", That's going to, I mean, we want to get her the ball inside, and good things are going to happen when we can take the ball through her hands, getting mismatches.
She's got the hot hand right now for Broken Arrow. Scored 17 against Sand Springs. That free throw gives the Tigers the lead, 23-22, and Peters is up to 6.
And look what we do, change defenses again, going back to really kind of flattening out to a 3-2 zone. Oh, that was a travel.
Gator on the wing, cross-court pass. Jada Davis is in all kinds of trouble, and a foul called on Broken Arrow. Shane Coffey can't believe it.
That's, I don't know, we were sitting, there was a lot of leather there, right? I don't know. Doesn't really matter what we think. I know the officials called it, but I understand Coach Coffey's frustration.
But at least was not called a shooting foul. Here the Union bench all the way up here was bleeding for free throws. Gator drives. Tough contest from Sanders, but an even tougher bucket offensively.
Yeah, that was a good move to the basket, and Gracie played great defense. She just made a shot. We're going to go back to this 1-4 set.
McCrary trying to make something happen. Matthew kicks it out. Peters with time. Too strong. And a foul against Broken Arrow goes against Audrey Dow.
Dow fighting for an offensive rebound there. And really that was a decent look for us offensively. That was one of our, we'd have taken that possession in the second quarter all day long.
Audrey Dow now has 4 fouls. And will have to play aware. Actually, that's 4 points, 1 foul. I'm glad I got that wrong.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing, yeah.
They've got the points in red and the fouls in green. I would think you'd want those flipped as a foul down low now goes against Gracie Sanders. It was actually against Leah Peters.
I was just about to say, I thought they were being so disciplined, playing straight up. Broken Arrow's a little bit frustrated. Even Leah's like, what did I do? Because it looked like it just was shot literally into her hands. Now, Broken Arrow's going to ask, let's call it on the same way on the other end.
That is 3 fouls for Leah Peters, however, and there is a whistle going the other way. Foul goes against Micah Davis. Kylie Johnson will sub in and take the place of Gracie Sanders. You got 2 ball handlers on the floor here that can handle the pressure against Union. You would imagine this may be able to open the offense up for the Lady Tigers.
Yeah, if we can get, once again, get some screen set, even in those 1-4 sets, see what McCrary's calling right now.
Matthew on the backside, goes baseline. In some trouble, got her shot right back and finishes it the second time.
Strong finish, take the ball to the basket, and see if they're going to call on the other end like they've been calling it on the other.
Tough finish from Kamari Lomack. And Union is back up 1. Topsy-turvy game here.
High screen and rolls, pulling out the help defense. Really just high screens. They're switching everything.
McCrary drives, sidesteps, pulls it back out. Peters has a mismatch inside that Broken Arrow wants to get to. The pass is too high for her.
And it was the right look, just wasn't a great pass.
Lomack left open. No good from outside. Offensive board Union, another foul on Audrey Dow.
Just physical play. And Peters she had a mismatch inside and we just couldn't get her the ball. And part of that is when they're pressuring the passer so much, that covers up a mismatch inside when you can't get the ball inside. Dylan, I'm looking around the court, and there's been a lot of players grabbing their shorts, bending over. You can tell they're winded, but it has been so physical.
Union in the bonus now, so Gator is at the free throw line. Well, we warned everybody on Thursday that this game was going to be a track meet. It's really maybe not been so much of a track meet and more of a heavyweight bout.
Yes. And really with, a minute left in the third quarter, Broken Arrow's got to once again withstand the punches and just stay in it right now. And it's just a 3-point game, 28-25.
Dow gets it into Matthews' hands. Backdoor cut. Great feed, and McCrary can finish it with ease.
I'll tell you what, that's when you start looking at that 1-4 set, when someone's going to deny those every pass, the back cuts are going to be open.
Lomack tried to draw a foul. It's not there. Peters tracks down the long rebound. McCrary cuts back to the left. Layup good, plus the foul.
McCrary able to finish, and she's like, I'll take it to the basket. A chance for the old-fashioned three-point play right here by McCrary. Talk about, I would say the last two possessions, Dylan, we've been more offensive-minded, but more aggressive than what Union has been.
McCrary's free throw goes off the front rim. Matthew fighting for the board. Ends up in the hands of Jada Davis. Union pushing the pace. Goes right at Audrey Dow, and a foul called against Dow. Again, Shane Coffey is livid.
Foul charge, Lady Tigers, Audrey Dow, her third. At the line, shooting 2 for
Coffey's certainly questioning that call because he feels like Dow was there and had certainly established position.
Davis misses the free throw. Substitution on the way for Union.
A lot of communication down there from Coach Coffey to the officials. This is really, Broken Arrow's up 29-28. These free throws, we've got to do a phenomenal job not giving up any offensive rebounds for the remainder, literally quarter and 20 seconds.
Tie ball game, 15 seconds to go in the third period. McCrary's been the engine over the last couple of minutes. Johnson crosses over into the lane. Tough shot, won't go, and that will round out quarter number 3. It's a whole new ball game with 8 minutes to go. We're level, live here on ArrowVision.
Oh, I got my order wrong. This is me, Jessica. And this is Jessica, not my coffee. And my friend said, oh wait, Quick Trip. And she said, you don't have to tell me your name. Please, serve yourself. And I was all, oh, then this happened.
Yeah, someone stole my drink.
That's how I learned Quick Trip has lattes on tap. And I will never have to tell a barista my name again. Quick Trip, raise your coffee bar.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Hey Tigers, get the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU Federal Credit Union has donated more than $360,000 so far. Support the Tigers with your card today.
Tiger fans, Shields has all of your game day needs for football, basketball, soccer, and more. With the gear and styles from iconic brands like Nike, Hoka, and Adidas, Shields has you covered. Located at the Woodland Hills Mall at 71st and Memorial, Tulsa Shields is a proud sponsor of Broken Arrow Public Schools. 29-29, 8 minutes to go. Coach, we've talked about a heavyweight bout. You could say slugfest, you could say dogfight, you could say slobber knocker. Whatever word you can think of to describe this game, it has been a grudge match. It has been a grueling 29 points for Broken Arrow, and Union has had no easier track to it either. 8 minutes to decide a winner, 8 minutes to decide a regional champion. Coach Coffey had a conversation with the girls trying to prep them for this final quarter of play, and Madison Dildine listened in.
He was complimenting their effort in that third quarter. He reminded them that they are doing a great job not panicking as well. He said, we've got to win every 50-50 play and want it more than they do right now. He said, you just performed really well in that quarter. There's no reason to give up now. Dylan.
Thank you, Madison. Again, neither of these teams will go home here today. Both of them will play in the area tournament. What this game decides is whether you have a one-win path to the state tournament or a two-win path. Broken Arrow would like to be just one game out.
And really with 7:30 left in the game, because really now we started with an 8-minute game left now. We've got to come back and think about execution. Execute at a high level.
Peters gets to the rim and finishes.
We took advantage of Union's really switching screens right there, and once again we're getting the mismatch inside with Peters, and this is really going to come down to so much of this is effort and being able. There's a lot of mental part of this game, and when it's a 2-point game and you're playing for a regional championship.
Prairie. Signal from Coffey. Screen on the backside from Sanders. Frees up Matthew. Dow flashes across the lane, and what a block from Micah Davis.
Great block, but really good execution because we're spreading the floor offensively. I looked up at 1 point, and the ball was on the wing, and there's literally no one defensively in the lane, and so that cut.
I didn't even realize they had called a foul on that play.
Out there and call a lane violation. I was trying to help him out from up top. I already had my arm out.
I had heard the whistle, but I thought it was for out of bounds. I didn't realize it was a foul call.
Well, there seemed to be a little bit of a discrepancy between the three-man crew out there.
Now at the free throw line for her second opportunity, 46% shooter on the season. Airballs the second free throw.
Coach Coffey said, you're fine, let it go.
And a bit of a struggle for her offensively. Saw her get a couple of quick points early in this ball game and really hasn't factored in since then. Ball goes inside, kicked right back out, and McCrary read it. McCrary gets downhill, sidesteps, nearly got the bucket.
That step through is one of her favorite moves.
Into the lane and a finish off the window for Jasmine Herron. Tough bucket for Union.
Here comes the trap. Good job by Peters. She realized that no one's guarding her.
Matthew left-hand scoop shot, can't find the rim. Gator locked up by Matthew.
That's
and a
gotta be a
rebound
foul.
by McCrary, a foul on Jasmine Herron.
Felt like the officials need some help, but that's a great position by McCrary. And I think Sarai had a little bit more time offensively on the other end. Union's obviously going to pick up full court. They're going to make us handle the ball and see if they can get any cheap baskets right now.
It's been a long game for Broken Arrow in terms of personnel. The starting five has been on the floor for the majority of this game. You've seen some good minutes from Kylie Johnson and just a flash from Jaslyn Varner. But Coach Coffey's gone no deeper than 7 women on his lineup. Pass picked off by Audrey Dow. Long cross-court pass was a bad decision for the Red Hawks. Matthews' pass tipped away. Union going the other way. Micah Davis got it to go.
Once again, just decision-making, and here comes, if your man's doubling, you got to come help. Yeah.
Shane Coffey calls a timeout. 2-point lead for Union. And it feels like it's really anybody's ball game with 4.5 minutes to go, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've given up a basket in transition. We've turned the ball over. We've gotten the ball inside, which we didn't do very well in the second quarter for sure. And really, in the third quarter, we began to do that more. We just haven't been able to convert inside. And so with Peters and Matthews, we've got to take care of the ball. We cannot turn the ball over right now and give them anything in transition.
Tiger fans, show your school pride with the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU has donated more than $360,000 so far. Stop by your favorite BA branch and support the Tigers today. Terms and conditions apply with approved credit. I also want to tell you about St. Francis. The St. Francis Health System is hiring all across the region with multiple expansions, training programs, and scholarship opportunities. There's never been a better time to join a growing team committed to exceptional care. Learn more at stfrancis.com. Coach Coffey, we have gone down to him a few times, and every time he's talked about the effort rebounding and giving up just one shot for Union, and then also that transition defense. Those two things have to be key over these last 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, there's so many possessions in the game, and when you get down to 4:30 left in the game and it's tight like this, you think, this possession counts so much more, but the possessions, they feel like they become more valuable. And what positive can you get out of every possession?
There's a lane for McCrary down the left side. She kicks it back out, top of the key. Matthew drills it.
And that's a great example of penetrating. They don't always help defensively inside, but they did in that instance, and Siraj's been able to knock down that shot.
Union dribbled into a jumper, and as they were trying to save the basketball, it ricocheted off two white uniforms and goes BA's way.
And we need a break like that because it looked like initially they were going to have another shot at it, get an offensive rebound, and that's obviously one thing we can't give up right now. Spacing, we're not getting great spacing offensively right now.
Sanders feeds Peters, right back to her, and a travel called on Gracie Sanders.
It's an interesting call, but
33-33, 3:40 to go in the final quarter of play. Regional championship on the line. A timeout for Josh Berry. Offensively, Broken Arrow still trying to work out the kinks, still trying to find some buckets. It was 13-12 in favor of Union at halftime. And Broken Arrow at least has still stayed neck and neck for the most part. Never really felt like the ball game got away from them. And so that has paid off to now where you've got 3.5 minutes to decide a winner.
And I think so much of this right now, it has been such a physical game. It's been frenetic at times, not offensive, but frenetic. And we've withstood a lot of things. We've taken care of we've handled the pressure really well at times. Other times not as much, but with the tie game, boy, how you execute mentally, just those mental things, mental mistakes can get you beat with 3:30 left. They just become more magnified. I know it's just a one possession, here and there, but we've got to execute mentally. And I think we've had spurts of that. We've been able to execute at a high level. We cannot give up any second chance points. Interesting to see what Union does. Are we going to come out and stay in that 3-2 zone, make them try to run something offensively? I think Union's going to try to, put the pedal to the metal right now and see if they can score some points in transition. Can they turn us over in the end? So it looks like we come out just a little bit of a trap right there, and we turn them over right off the bat. And
ball to Matthew in the lane, handing it back to McCrary. Good move inside, clearing up some space, but she's going to be called for an offensive foul. Had that left elbow hooking the defender.
Like she had her, didn't necessarily need that, especially when there's been so much contact. There wasn't a ton of contact there, Dylan. And unfortunately, we look at that now, and that's Janae's fourth foul.
4 fouls for Janaea, 3 fouls for Down, 3 fouls for Peters. On the flip side, both Micah Davis and Jasmine Herron have 3 fouls for Union. Ball goes inside, got away from Union and Matthew Corrals. Matthew going to the rim. Tough finish, and she got it.
Oh, transition, Dylan.
Micah Davis open on the other end of the floor, and a quick response from Union.
We had to work hard to get our shot off, and they were able to score in transition, just not sprinting back.
McCrary drives, stops, throws it back out to Gracie Sanders. Now trouble for Sanders. The Tigers reset.
Spacing, offensive spacing.
Matthew left it out for Dow, and another timeout called by Shane Coffey.
Timeout.
They will give it to him. So Broken Arrow's offense will maintain possession, but certainly a lot of trouble there.
Yeah, Coach Coffey called timeout there because he was afraid we were about to turn the ball over. And Dow does a great job jumping on it, getting on the floor. I mean, just great effort. There's never a doubt about the effort that's going to come from them, but execute. I promise you right now, he's talking about transition. We cannot afford to let them outrun us down the court and not get back. And so we have a great offensive execution, and then come down and just give up a wide open layup and not getting the backside covered. And we've got to sprint back to that lane every possession. And really, we're 2:03 left in the game, and we need to win this next possession right here. I think you got to shorten the game down and think about, okay, the next 30 seconds, we're going to win the next 30 seconds. Win the next 20 seconds, whatever it is. Don't think about everything that might happen. Let's win this possession right here.
Broken Arrow has been in a lot of close ball games this season, 4 across the whole schedule. 3-1 in single-digit ball games. The only loss coming to Bartlesville. Broken Arrow had an opportunity but lost by 3. Sanders fires one up, too strong. Peters offensive board, spikes it off the bottom of the rim, and Union's got it.
Great offensive rebound, just not able to capitalize on it.
Ball in the hands of Gator. Driving left, Sanders there defensively. Ball tipped back out. Davis wants a shot. No good. Everybody's on the floor, tied up in a jump ball.
It's our possession.
It'll be Broken Arrow basketball.
.119, it feels like the pressure just continues to increase at this point now with 1:19 left and tied up at 35 all.
Mentioned that Broken Arrow 3-1 in single-digit ball games this season. Union, 4 of their 5 losses have come by single digits. They don't want to fall to that same storyline here tonight, but Broken Arrow, a chance to knock off the regional hosts in the regional championship. McCrary in the lane, tied up, spinning out, tough bucket! Hey! Janaea McCrary, 2-point lead, BA.
Just put him on her back right there, all through all the contact, kept her wits about her.
Timeout called by Josh Berry. Union will talk things over. Broken Arrow with a 2-point lead, 44 seconds on the regional championship clock.
Hey Tigers, get the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU Federal Credit Union has donated more than $360,000 so far. Support the Tigers with your card today.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Tulsa Bone & Joint, proud to serve as the official team orthopedist for Broken Arrow Athletics. With 4 orthopedic urgent care locations, you can walk in and see a specialist, no appointment needed. Tulsa Bone & Joint, moving life forward. 44.7 to be exact on the clock here inside the UMAC. Dylan Rivera with Coach Tiff Jones and Madison Dildine as our sideline reporter. BA's got a 2-point lead after an incredibly difficult Janaea McCrary bucket right underneath the basket. And Broken Arrow's really been able to hang tough. They've weathered the storms. They've taken the punches. And now it's just a matter of finishing it off.
Yeah, with 44 seconds left, just defensively, we've got to get a stop. But I promise you, Coach Coffey's talking about don't give up an offensive rebound. Let's toss it down to Madison and see what Coach Coffey said that last time out.
He said, listen, we are right where we want to be. This is the gut check time. It comes down to this right here. We've got to get to the boards, find bodies. But this is your game, so go finish.
A lot of noise here inside the UMAC. And another timeout for Josh Berry.
This is a chess game right now, Dylan. Barry wanted to see what kind of defense are we going to be in man, or are we going to go to a 3-2 zone? How are we going to come out of that timeout? And then he had since Union had 3 timeouts, they're going to set something else up to go against a man defense. So will Coach Coffey stay with it, or are we going to mix it up and go back to a zone?
Obviously, if you're Union, you'd probably ideally like to hold this for a final shot and keep possession in your hands, I would imagine. Or would you go with the philosophy of get a quick shot, try to get a stop, and maybe turn this into an overtime or get another opportunity?
Well, I don't think they're going to play for the tie. They're going to want to go score, and then promise you they're going to set up in a press immediately. And how can they attack? Because their bread and butter is pressure and seeing if they can get us to turn the ball over. They want to get the first really good shot they can get. Look and see where Dow is right there. Defensively, how are we going to match up? Are we going to stay in a man?
Davis lost the basketball for a moment. The Tigers up the intensity. And another timeout for Union, 3 in a row.
Well, and they're struggling offensively. I mean, they down to 24 seconds left, and just to see, they're struggling to get a shot off and really get something set for them, because half-court offense is not their strength. Their strength is to play 94 feet. And so we've got to do a great job just playing position defense. And I was looking at the foul count, Dylan. We've only got 1 team foul. So that's an important coaching note, for us, is that we've got some fouls to give if we need to. Don't give up. We don't want to foul on a shot, but we can foul on a drive, and that would just be our second team foul and burn some more clock. So that is, with the change in rules and everything, going to 5 team fouls before the bonus, we've got some fouls to give right now.
Not only that, but in terms of personal fouls and being in foul trouble, Janaea McCrary's teetering the line. She's got 4.
Right.
But Dow has 3, Peters has 3, Sanders has 2, and Soraya Matthew hasn't even picked up a foul tonight. So you've got some room to breathe at least.
Yeah, and if you're thinking, for the Lady Tigers, Soraya, if you get yourself in trouble and they've got the ball on the floor, she's okay to go out. I mean, make a play for the ball. It can't be an obvious intentional foul. But we do have more cushion. We don't want Janaea to pick up a 5th foul, especially thinking about if the game were to go to overtime. We need her on the court.
This is Herron. Matthew picks off the pass. McCrary has it, and a foul on Union.
I don't know if there could have been a bigger defensive read there than Soraya Matthews. Now, that's just Union's 3rd foul, so we've got to get the ball in bounds. Union is going to press. We've got to handle the press. We still have 1 timeout. If we get in trouble, taking that last timeout is better than...
An incredibly quick foul called on Jasmine Herron, but that is her 4th. And the foul previously was on Micah Davis. That was her 4th. Ball back to Dow. Micah Davis picks up her 5th, and she's fouled out.
And really, the foul before that was the official paying attention, knowing they're going to try to foul quickly.
11.6 on the clock. Audrey Dow goes to the free throw line, a deep breath as she talks things over with Soraya Matthew. Good teammate there helping her find the nail there at the free throw line as well. Dow, a 46% free throw shooter on the season, airballed an earlier free throw. Has got to settle in here. This is an important trip to the line.
Yeah, because a chance to make it a 2-possession game. And you notice that we've got 2. We're back. We're not going to give up anything in transition right now. We wanted Gracie back because she's so long.
First one drops. 3-point lead, and now the rebounders for Broken Arrow get back defensively. Second one also finds its way home. A timeout for Shane Coffey. and a 4-point lead for BA.
I don't think Coach Coffey cares about the air ball earlier, because what's going to be remembered is those two right there with 11.6 seconds left.
Huge free throws for Broken Arrow, and now on the cusp of being a regional champion and being one game out, one win out from the state tournament, and that's absolutely the position you want to be in, Coach.
Well, what Union's going to do right now is they're going to come down and attack. They're going to go, hard to the basket, either draw a foul, score with the clock stop, but they're going to take the ball to the basket because it is a two-possession game now, and so we sure don't want to foul a three-point shot. That's the worst thing you can do. But to have a chance, make them use the clock, make them make more passes, and then by all means, block out. Do not give up a second shot right now.
Obviously, a quick bucket is ideal for Union. What is their bread and butter, as you had talked about, is pressuring defensively. If you inbound the basketball with an errant pass, or you get it in and you turn right into a defender, you're going to be in trouble. You've got to make sure you value the basketball should Union go down and get a quick bucket. But first of all, you've got to get a stop. That's what you're looking for. No fouls, hands shown, defensively coming up big. 11 seconds to go. Union down the floor. It's Heron handing it off. Three-point try. It's good! Union's down one. Ball into Sanders, but a whistle on the side. A timeout for Josh Berry. 4.8 seconds on the clock.
I think for Broken Arrow, Coach Coffey's like, how can they call timeout if we already have the ball in bounds? And I would argue that pass had already left. The ball was already in the air. They should not have been able to call timeout when we're holding the basketball. I know they were trying to, but I think we did a great job of getting the ball in bounds. Officials are meeting. And that was their last timeout. Important to know right now, Dylan, they called timeout, apparently, with us holding the ball out of bounds. We can still run the baseline. We're not stationary, so whoever's taking the ball to bounds for us, we got to run the baseline because we can get a better passing angle. Right now, we need a short pass. They're going to try for the steal immediately. If they don't get the steal, they're going to have to foul, but we cannot turn the ball over in the backcourt and give Union a chance to build a score. See who's going to take it out. Dow's going to take it out.
This has got to be a really good read here. A bad pass could spell disaster. Broken Arrow sets up in a diamond. 4.8 on the clock.
Good job running the baseline.
Sanders is freed up. And no foul. 2.6 on the clock now as Gracie Sanders goes to the free throw line. It felt like even more time probably should have come off, to be honest. But
run.
2.6 seconds. Sanders goes to the free throw line. 1 point lead for Broken Arrow. No timeouts left for either squad. Sanders a 71% free throw shooter. That's 10 points on the night right now.
Well, great job by Dell. Once again, running the baseline, and Gracie coming back to help.
First one is money.
This is clock management, and once again, these are situations that you practice all the time. There's 2.6 seconds left. We don't want to give up a long pass. There's time for them to get the ball down the court and get a good shot off. And
second one misses. Davis to Heron. Across the timeline, shots up, no good! Broken Arrow is the regional champion.
What a great effort, and I mean from everybody. Coaches, players, the bench, everybody contributed tonight, and to walk out of the UMAC with a 40-38 regional championship, for a lot of people, unlikely, and yet they don't know the heart of this team.
We've talked about it throughout this season. It's a young team that has gone through trials and tribulations. They've hit those valleys, and they've seen those peaks, and tonight is one of those peaks. A hard-fought victory, a 2-point win. Broken Arrow regional champions on the regional hosts floor.
There's something about taking a picture. They're waiting for that hardware to come out, Dylan, and they're thinking about, hey, they are one win away from a return trip to the state tournament.
And what a moment that would be to cap off this season with an appearance in the Final 8. Tigers want to be there. They've worked so hard for it, and a win tonight gets you one big step in that direction. The Lady Tigers all together on the floor and await that plaque that reads 6A Regional Champion.
Well, I think what you said, all together. This team has fought through a lot of things, and they have been all together. It hasn't mattered who scored, whatnot, who was leading scorer. We've had a lot of different players lead us in different categories over the year, but they all pitch in, and tonight was just one of those nights where it was like big rebound. Soraya, yeah, struggled offensively at times and handling the ball, but did she come up with a big steal? We shared the ball well. We did things together and played well together as a team, and coming back, and we see some hard work coming out that we're waiting for as that team gets out there to celebrate.
Assistant Director of Athletics Alton Lusk hands it off, and Janaea McCrary holds it up as the Lady Tigers celebrate a regional championship here at the UMAC.
Just a great effort in making big plays when you have to make big plays, and that's what you expect your leaders on your team. Janaea, Leah Peters, Soraya Matthews, like Gracie knocking down free throws, Audrey knocking down 2 to put us up 4. You expect your big-time players to make big-time plays when it counts, and so the bench gets shorter the longer you go into the playoffs, but this afternoon they did what they need to do to win the game.
40-38 final, and what a way to get there. A great start. It was an 11-7 lead after one quarter, and you felt like Broken Arrow was really going to come out here determined and win this thing with ease. And then the second quarter became real slugfest as Union hit BA hard. And then the third and fourth, back and forth it went, and Broken Arrow finishes it off, and Coach Coffey's got to be happy alongside Madison Dildine.
Coach, what made the difference tonight?
Repeat that again, I'm sorry.
What made the difference?
You know, our kids, they just have understood, and they've bought into what we're trying to do finally. And just so proud of these kids. They just work hard every day, and it's just great to be able to see them succeed.
Audrey Dow had an amazing game. What are your thoughts on her performance?
Incredible young lady. You know, she works so hard in practice every day. She came up with some big defensive stops. We challenged her today to guard number 10. That's their best player, and she only made 1 3. That was it. You know, did a phenomenal job. I know she missed 2 free throws early. She came back, hit 2 big ones. Big impact tonight for sure.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats.
Thank you, Coach Coffey, and thank you, Madison. Now, as we had said, you are 1 win away from the state tournament. You move on to the area rounds now. It's not going to be an easy path. It never is once you get down to this stage of basketball, but still now much closer to your goal, and you've got to feel good after today.
Yeah, I mean, this is one that this is going to feel good the rest of today, and then you're already thinking about next Thursday. I know that Coach Coffey and his staff, this is awesome. They're already thinking about next week, but you want to enjoy it just for a few minutes. And once again, I think you look back at just little things that appear to be little, but little contributions from so many different people. Even we go back to the first half, Johnson coming in, and she brings that energy, you know, and that drive to the entire team and what she brings on the court. But we go back to just a defensive stop here and there, a rebound, great position, drawing a foul from them. Big time finish by McCrary. We go back, that'll be one that we remember. That'll be on the highlights right there. Dow knocking down free throws. Gracie coming back to help when her man goes to double team and her getting the ball. 71% free throw shooter. We want her taking those free throws and being able just to do those little things, making them make one more pass. So many things, but total team effort by the Lady Tigers today.
And they come away with a 40-38 victory. You move on to area, and that's where things can get interesting because Broken Arrow will play the winner of Region 1, and odds are that's going to be PC North.
I would bet that, yes.
That's going to be a tough matchup, but the good news is now you are not necessarily in an elimination game. If you lose to PC North, which obviously you don't want to do, and I think Broken Arrow could absolutely surprise some people and go out there and beat PC North, but should things go wrong and you end up losing to PC North, the top seed, you're still alive. You would play Saturday in another ball game, and that one would be a win and you're in type of ball game. So Broken Arrow's got some breathing room.
Yeah.
Broken Arrow now just 1 win away from the state tournament. You're in prime position, and you're doing it with a squad that has really come together over these last few weeks. We talked about it, closed the regular season on a 5-game win streak. Now you've won 2 here inside the UMAC, 7 straight. You're riding high right now.
Yeah, and I think we're playing our best basketball. I mean, even though there were times tonight, second quarter was ugly.
Oh, yeah.
But it was really kind of ugly for both teams. It wasn't like, you know, we played terrible and they played great. It was just a lot of really good. I mean, it was a slugfest. It was so physical all the way through. And so I tell you what, I think we're in a great position. And as a coach, you want to win every game. I mean, you're looking at the next game already. But there is something in the back of your mind also that says, hey, we got to win one of the next two. And we are, 8 quarters away from being able to play in a state championship tournament again. And I think if you would ask people around the state, not our people, but other coaches around the state, hey, do you think Broken Arrow has a chance to make a return trip after graduating so much last year? There would have been a lot of doubts from a lot of people.
Absolutely.
But they have grown and they've bought in, like Coach Coffey said, and they play for each other and they play for the name on the front of the uniform. And that's so evident that there's not a greater – I mean, what a cool thing to be able to have a chance to go back to the state tournament.
I think that's one thing that should inspire a lot of people from this team is the outside noise that could absolutely have gotten to this team, and it didn't. Broken Arrow has continued to fight hard and has continued to say, we're going to stamp our own claim. We're going to make sure that we play our game, our brand of basketball, and we're going to do it as best we can, and our effort will be the deciding factor. And tonight it certainly was, as Broken Arrow knocks off the regional host, a 20-5 team, and takes home a regional championship and is now one win away from the state tournament. And I think that has been a phenomenal feat that I think anybody can look at from the outside or from the inside and say, we didn't listen to that, and we took it all the way to the state tournament. And that has been a real maybe shock to some people out there, I'd imagine, but to those that have seen this program up close and to see what Coach Coffey has built and the foundation of this program, this is just almost a regularity. This is what you expect. This is what Broken Arrow should be doing. This is where they should be, is in these positions, and they're back in that stage again.
Well, we talked about the other night just the difference between a good team and a good program.
Absolutely.
And they're so vastly different because we do see, years where maybe – players move into one school and they run the table, or they have a great team, but it's only 1 year and they don't have that consistency over and over. So I think the culture that Coach Coffey has created and been able to create and foster, and the players, man, they own it. They own it, right? And we see that on a lot of things that come out of Lady Tiger basketball, but they're owning that right now. They've embraced their identity, and on paper it looked like Union should run away with this game. But they don't know the heart of the Lady Tigers and what they're doing and the work they put in. So, man, that's what a cool win. Close game. I mean, it's playoff time. I know it's almost March Madness. I'm going to go ahead and call today. We're close enough that we are in March Madness.
If your hands are sweating at home, don't worry. It's normal. If you're new to playoff basketball, this is just how it goes.
Absolutely.
Coach Tiff, you couldn't have said it much better. I'm excited for what's to come for this Broken Arrow team. They have to play in the area round against the winner of Region 1, which, like we said, likely will be PC North. We will await that final and see who it will be, and we also will await to find out where it will be. We don't know for sure, but the rumor has been Shawnee. The rumor has been Cleveland as the two area sites. We will have a standby on that until the OSSAA makes anything official, but when we find out, you will find out, and we will let you know as soon as possible. And, of course, ArrowVision will be there. So we will be bringing you the broadcast of the area round as soon as those games tip off. We thank you for tuning in live here from the UMAC. I've been Dylan Rivera. She's been Coach Tiff Jones, and Madison Dildine has been on our sidelines. We will see you here in just a couple hours, actually. Not even in a couple hours. A little less than a couple of hours as the Broken Arrow boys will take on Union for a regional championship again right here at Union High School.